People say anti-Semitism is just another opinion. Cute. Let's take a quick tour of what opinion looked like for Jews. For the last 2,000 years. 7 witnesses, 7 eras, one very stubborn people who annoyingly refused to disappear. Let's go.
Shalom from 38 BCE Alexandria, where welcoming Jews means burning their neighborhoods. The local mob decides we're too successful, so they do what every lazy anti-Semite does. They skip self-improvement and go straight to riot and loot. Then comes Rome. First they tax us, then they insult us, and finally, they call us troublemakers for not worshipping their emperor. We're maybe 1% of the empire, but somehow 99% of the scapegoats. By 414 CE in Constantinople, the pattern is already classic. There was tension, so they destroyed the Jewish community. Funny how the solution is always the same. Not fix injustice, just remove the Jews who noticed it.
Welcome to the Middle Ages, otherwise known as, we can't explain anything, so let's blame the Jews. 1096, First Crusade. On the way to save the Holy Land, Crusaders warm up by massacring Jewish communities in the Rhineland, Mainz, Worms, Cologne. You know, just a little genocide on the way to holiness. 1190, York, England. Royal debt to Jewish lenders? Easy fix. Kill the Jews, burn the records. Anti-Jewish violence, now with a financial discount. 1348, Black Death. The plague hits Europe. People don't understand germs, but they do understand conspiracy theories. The Jews poisoned the wells. So entire communities are wiped out, not by disease, but by panic with torches. And every time, the punchline is the same. We're killing you for God. Good news, God's not hiring, but the mobs don't check references. Torches fade into Inquisition flames, transition.
Sit, eat. I'll tell you a quick story about Spain, 1391. Spoiler, it's not quick. First come the sermons. Too many Jews, too much success. Then the crowds, burned synagogues, forced conversions, mass killings. Mazal Tov, the prequel to 1492. 1492, expulsion from Spain. The rest of the Jews get a choice, convert, leave, or die. It's called the Golden Age, right up until the gold needs a new owner. Fast forward to 1648, 1649, Khmelnytsky in Ukraine, Poland. Cossack leader needs someone to blame for taxes and landlords. Result, tens of thousands of Jews murdered, communities erased. We don't even have enough cousins left to argue over who makes the best coolant. And yet, somehow, we still get blamed for controlling everything. Honey, if we controlled everything, we'd have stayed in Spain with the sunshine.
By the 19th century, Europe has trains, newspapers, and the same old hatred with better distribution. 1819, Hep riots in Germany. Students and citizens roam the streets, shouting slogans and attacking Jews. Modern nationalism comes with modern anti-Semitism, now with catchy branding. 1840, Damascus blood libel. A priest disappears. Jews are tortured until they confess to ritual murder, because nothing says truth like a confession obtained with medieval methods and no bodies. 1871 and on, waves of violence in Russia. Jewish success is resented, Jewish poverty is resented. Apparently the only acceptable Jewish status is not here. Watching all of this, some of us finally say, maybe we should stop being the permanent minority punching bag and rebuild a home where we don't have to ask permission to stay alive. Thus, a small idea is born on this balcony, and the anti-Semites start screaming even louder.
Welcome to the Russian Empire, where pogrom is not a bug, it's a feature. From 1881 to 1921, over 1,000 pogroms are recorded. That's not random violence, that's a subscription plan. Kishinev, 1903 and 1905. Newspapers print anti-Semitic lies, the mobs read them like TikTok, and then they go out to make content in Jewish blood. Odessa, Kiev, Warsaw, Minsk, Gomel, Zhytomyr, it's same pattern everywhere. Rumor, sermon, police look away, smashed homes, raped women, murdered families. And then people today dare to ask, why did so many Jews run to America and Palestine? Because staying in a place that treats you like a piñata with a prayer book is not a long-term life strategy.
You'd think the world would get tired of this pattern. Spoiler, it doesn't. 1919 to 1920. Pogroms in Ukraine. Civil war, chaos, and every armed group decides that killing Jews is cheaper than policy. Tens of thousands are murdered between one treaty and the next. 1929. Hebron and Safed. Jews living in the land of Israel for generations are massacred by their neighbors. No occupation, no state yet, just Jews existing in the wrong place at the wrong time. 1936 to 1939. Arab Revolt. Jewish civilians attacked across the country, buses bombed, neighborhoods burned. It's called resistance by some, but the graves look exactly like the old pogroms. 1938. Kristallnacht. Germany and Austria show the world how modern anti-Semitism works. Synagogues burned, businesses smashed, Jews beaten in the streets. And it's all organized by the state. And all of this is the warm-up act before the Shoah. When Jews talk about never again, this is the entire playlist we're remembering, not just one track.
Now here's the part most activists mysteriously forget. After Israel is created in 1948, Jews in Arab countries pay the price, even though many of them never left those lands for 2,000 years. 1941, Farhud, Baghdad. Pro-Nazi riots kill and injure hundreds of Jews. The message, you're not safe, even in the city your grandparents built. 1945, Tripoli, Libya. 1947, Aden, Yemen. Cairo and Alexandria. Synagogues burned, Jews murdered, shops looted. Same old pogrom, new geography. 1956, Egypt. 1967, Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Tunisia, Morocco. Jews are arrested, expelled, stripped of citizenship and property. Almost 900,000 Jews flee or are driven out from Arab countries. But somehow, in global headlines, only one group ever gets the title refugees. So when people say Jews are foreign colonizers in the Middle East, it's a bold take, considering the Jews were kicked out of almost every other place for the crime of existing.
So here's the pattern. Different empires, different excuses. Same result. Jewish communities attacked, expelled, or erased. And yet, we're still here. We rebuilt our language, our land, and our future, while the people who tried to erase us mostly got a footnote in a history book. If this timeline annoyed you, good. History should bother you before it repeats itself. Hit subscribe, share this video, and next time someone says anti-Semitism is exaggerated, just send them our little 2,000-year recap. Facts versus fiction, where history doesn't just speak, it files a complaint.